Russian President Vladimir Putin said Wednesday his country's nuclear forces are constantly combat-ready and warned that any presence of U.S. troops on Ukrainian soil will be viewed as an escalation, the latest in a series of nuclear threats issued by the Russian leader since the start of his invasion of Ukraine. After describing his country's nuclear readiness, Putin said, "But this does not mean that, in my opinion, they are ready to start this nuclear war tomorrow. Well, they want to, but why do that? We are ready." Putin said he did not believe that a military clash with the U.S. was inevitable, and called President Joe Biden, a representative of the traditional political school, with administration officials who are in favor of strategic restraint. The Russian leader said the war in Ukraine was a matter of life and death for his country. For the Americans, he claimed it was a matter of improving their tactical position in Europe and maintaining their status among their allies. Late last month, Putin threatened to carry out nuclear strikes on targets in Western nations if any of them attempt to militarily intervene in Ukraine. The remarks made during his annual State of the Nation address to the Russian parliament were his most explicit nuclear threats since the start of the war. Putin said a nuclear conflict would result in the destruction of civilization, as he angrily criticized Western leaders, saying, "They think it's all some kind of cartoon for them." The Russian leader's outburst followed French President Emmanuel Macron's remarks that the deployment of NATO ground troops in Ukraine cannot be ruled out. Macron's comments were met with immediate pushback from other members of the alliance, including the U.S. Putin warns of nuclear strikes against West if nations intervene militarily in Ukraine, Forbes.